Hello and welcome to my new video. My new video today is about this particular device here right in front of you. It's called the Lonpoo, Lonpoo. I'm going for a long poo. It's a Chinese company and I've never used anything of theirs before. It's the very first device that I have. I got it on amazon.co.uk. It may have come from amazon.com, but I've been using it for a couple of weeks now, so I have a little bit more of an advantage over somebody who hasn't been using it. And so just on the outset, it's a micro CD player, Lonpoo Micro CD player. It came with a bunch of instructions which I didn't really understand. I found that the translation, whoever did it, whoever did the instructions just didn't translate it very well, and then practically trying to follow out the instructions from the instruction manual is just very confusing. So I decided just to mess around with it myself and figure out how to work everything. So as you can see in front of you, you probably can't see the CD opening, but I'm going to just switch it on. So this is the remote control it comes with, and you can see it here. This is the remote control, and all the buttons correspond to what's on the front screen there. So I'm just going to I'm just going to turn on the power first of all, so we should be able to see. So CD comes on. Now sometimes I've noticed that the volume, if you power it off overnight and you turn it on in the morning, the volume starts at 12 or 13, which is quite loud. So that's the CD player just about to start. So let's see, can we actually hear what's playing? Not too sure to do a sound test on it at the moment, but yeah, I mean, look, it's the CD player is actually okay. It plays the CD very nicely. You can't hear it spinning inside the machine. You don't hear the laser pointer on the CD, and the sound is okay. So there's an equalizer, and at the equalizer, if I press that now, you'll see there's jazz, there's pop, there's classical, there's flat, and then there's rock. Okay, so I figured out that jazz is actually the best because it has highs, lows, and a little bit of mid-range, so it's a bit of a mixture of everything. If you remember the old stereos from 30-40 years ago, it used to be bass and treble. Well, the jazz has the treble, if you know what I mean, but it has a nice feel to it, that sound. But the rest of them are pretty poor. Like flat does sound flat. There's no kind of highs or mids. There's just low bass. So that's the equalizer on it, while the CD player plays there. Let's see, can we get a little bit more sound? See, just turn it up. Yeah, so there you go. It's okay. So that's jazz, okay, on the CD player itself. So we'll just turn it down. That's basically everything the CD player does. This particular model here doesn't have a clock, so it doesn't show you the time. So when it's in standby mode or you power it off, there's just a little red light that shows. So in fact, I can switch it off now, and you might be able to see the red light. It probably isn't strong enough, but it's just right there. And this is here USB. It's your headphone jack. It's the power. This is play and pause. And this is eject. Not too sure what that is. Let's have a look. Let's just turn it on there and actually figure out what that is in real time. Let's see, can we figure it out? Oh yeah, so that's your mode. It just goes from thing to thing. That's mode. Okay, that's fine. And then that is rewind and fast forward. And then that's your volume there as well, okay? So they're basically, and on the back we have the aerial, which does come loose. You can actually take the aerial off. It's a little piece of wire there, so you can see it here. This is the aerial here, and it does disconnect from the device at the back. Some of them don't. I've seen some other Lonpoo CD players and they don't. They're actually just attached permanently. So that comes off at the back, and while we're talking about the radio, let's click on to the next mode. So that's CD. Okay, so you have your all your tracks there. Let's just fly through to the next song, see if we can get something playing there. Turn it up. Another song. Yeah. That's okay. So it's all working there. That's the CD player. So let's go on to the next mode. USB. Okay. So it doesn't take, you know, if you go and get one of these big power bank terabyte hard drives, I've tried one of those in it with all my WAV and MP3 player music, and it doesn't play it. It only plays flash drives. So that's another thing I figured out. So flash drive. Let's stick it in and see what we get. Might have to go on the other side, does it? Let's see. Okay, perfect. So there you go. It's saying no USB, and it's now saying, let's see if we have any, turn it up. Remember that song? Area, then Jericho, 1989. Always good at my ears of music. Great song. And it sounds pretty good there. As things stand. Okay, so that's the USB. So you can't go by album. You can't flip through by album covers or album searching. You have to just go by each song. So literally, you can just go to the next song. Yeah, jive talking. Bit of George Michael there. And let's go on to the next one. Guys, by the way, text display doesn't work, so the names of the songs or the albums doesn't come up. It doesn't happen on CD, it doesn't happen on the radio, which is a bit disappointing, to be honest. So all you get on the radio is the frequencies, and we'll talk about that shortly. So this is USB. You literally just go song by song. You can click up. There you go. Okay, so that's USB. Everything's working well there. No problems. Just doesn't have the text on the screen to say, like, this is then Jericho or George Michael playing. So let's go on to the mode. Next mode. Radio. You see the OR looks a bit familiar. So that's what happens. It doesn't give the actual station name. It only gives the frequency. It's a little bit of Donna Summer. I Feel Love. Giorgio Moroder. Juicy. Nice. That's the radio. So again, I'm going to show you the remote control here. So you can see it here. It's the remote. And when you're trying to search a station, you will go like this tune here. You hit that button there to find 102.2 FM. Once you have found that, well, first of all, actually, you need to hit 1 if you want this channel number to be first on your list. You just, I'll just turn it down a bit there. So you just go to 1, and then you go back and you find 102.2. Then you hit program once and program again twice. Just a second in between, and then it's saved as number 1. Then you hit number 2 and you go and look for 103.3. You then hit program, and it's saved. So that took me a while to figure out. It was a bit confusing at the start, and the instructions weren't very good at explaining. So I had to fiddle around with it myself. So we have the CD sorted. We have the USB. We have now the radio stations. So let's see what else is here. That's a line in. So it doesn't have a line out. So if you have an MP3 player or something like that you want to plug in, or your phone, maybe you have an AUX in your phone, you can connect, you'll have to get the cable yourself obviously, but you can connect it into the back of this device, and then you can also connect it into your the device that you're playing the music from. So that's line in, and everything appears to be working well there. What else we got? Bluetooth. Okay, so you again, if you have Spotify, or you want to watch a movie and listen to the sound on this, the Bluetooth is now going to pick up the device that I'm on, but I won't let it do that. So that's it really. We're back to the CD. So all in all, the sound itself is very bassy. If you like your music bassy, this is like an auditorium type player. Like you would put this in a big hall and it would fill the room. It's really impressive. I mean, look how far it goes back there. And it literally goes back from here. Look at my fingers all the way back to there. It's quite long. The speakers are quite strong as well. I think it's 30 watt in each speaker. It's powerful, you know. It really is strong, and the bass is incredible. The only thing is the mids and the highs are best on the jazz equalizer. So that's Lonpoo. It's a Chinese manufacturer. I've put up a review on Amazon.co.uk. After I had it for a couple of weeks, I put up the review. They've posted that review, and I can see a couple of people have used my review. I was very honest. It's pretty much what I'm doing here. I mean, the positives are that the sound is really strong. There's no distortion when you turn it up to, like, the volume goes up to 28 or 29, whereas on this I can only turn it up to 3 or 4, and it's loud. I mean, you're not turning it up to 15, 16 on the volume. You're literally just turning up to 3, 4, or 5, and that's really powerful. Let's see now what we have here. So there you go. Sounds like the Beastie Boys. Not too sure it is though. But that's the Lonpoo Micro CD player. It's retailing on Amazon.co.uk for about €80 if you're in Europe, and then I think it's around 77 US dollars, and then after that it's up to you then to look for the price that suits your country. But Lonpoo, and you can look for them on Amazon, you'll find them. They have a lot of other devices as well. So what would I rate it out of 10? I'd probably give it 7.5. There's still a few improvements. The text on the screen for when you're playing music, you want to see if the CD actually has that option where the text is on for each song, then it should work. When the radio station comes on, it should say Classic Hits or Dublin's Q102 or Kiss FM, but it doesn't. It just gives the frequency, and that's a little disappointing. And then it's also a little complicated how to tune in the radio stations. But earlier in this video I did show how to do that. The USB is great, just can't go through album covers. You can only do song by song. Look, this is kind of a gadget. This is a gadget for somebody who likes gadgets and messing around, and you're not taking it too seriously. You're getting it at a decent price here. If you want something, flagship or top of the range, you got to go for the Denon, and you got to spend 400, 500, 600 euro. This is like €80. I mean, you're getting what you pay for, but it's still good quality. Still 7.5 out of 10. What else? Anything else that's wrong with it? No, it's not that heavy. It fits into most shelves. I just have it on this at the moment until I find the proper shelf for it, because I don't all the shelves have books on them, so I don't have any room for it. But I will move it. But that's the Lonpoo Micro CD player. And go and search for it on Amazon, and let me know in the comments below what you think, if it's helped you, and if you do purchase it, let me know if my review was accurate. I hope it was, but we're not always perfect. But let us know what you think, and talk to you soon. Have a good one.